Hi, my name is Kim J and I'm a severely sight impaired chef, and today I'm going to show you how to make my vegan vegetable pie. It is utterly delicious. The ingredients you're going to need are ready roll, short crust and puff pastry, both of which you can get vegan pastry at the majority of supermarkets. Now I've got a large red pepper which I've sliced very finely, 2 large leeks which I've sliced very finely, 2 kilograms of potatoes which I've peeled and cut into rounds approximately 2 to 3 millimeters thick. The milk of your choice. Here I've got some soya milk, salt, black pepper, a carton of plant-based cream, approximately 450 grams of mushrooms which I've sliced very finely. Now here I've got truffle oil and truffle salt. Both you can get from supermarkets and it is well worth trying these. And here I've got this amazing spice called aromat. Again, you can get these at the supermarkets and it just heightens the flavour of most dishes. Now I've got 3 cloves of garlic which I'm going to chop very finely, approximately 50 grams of butter, and I'm going to make this pie. Now you can make it in a pie dish which is approximately 23-24 centimetres in diameter, or in the 14 centimetre individual pie dishes, which is what I'm going to use today. I've greased the pie dishes with some butter, and in front of me I've got my pastry board, a rolling pin, a little bit of flour for dusting, and my short crust pastry. So sprinkling a little bit of flour on the pastry board, I'm going to just roll out this pastry on top. Depending on the size of your dishes, you may need to roll the pastry out just a little bit, allowing it to overhang over the sides of your dish. Now with a pair of scissors I'm just going to trim the excess of the pastry from the edges, leaving approximately 0.5 centimetres overhang. In a large saucepan I placed my sliced potatoes, covered it with boiling water, a teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and I boiled them until they are just cooked. So they are cooked but firm to the touch and they're not flaking off. I've got a large mixing bowl. Now you can do this in the microwave, which is what I'm going to show you, or you can do it on the hob in a saucepan. In the large mixing bowl I'm going to put the plant-based cream, and into that I'm going to put this truffle salt. Now it's already got salt in, so I won't need extra salt, so approximately a teaspoon's worth of this truffle salt will go in. Into that I'm going to put approximately a teaspoon of truffle oil, and into this I'm also going to put approximately 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and I'm going to put it into the microwave for 1 minute to heat up. Now this is my amazing talking microwave, because I can't use normal ones as they are all digital.
Medium high, 1 minute.
My cream has come up to heat, so you don't want it boiling, you want it warm. Mix the cream and all those spices up and very gently place those potatoes into the cream, allowing all those flavours to go in and permeate the potatoes. Once that cream has mixed in with all those potatoes, I'm going to set aside and just let the flavours infuse. In a large saucepan I place the butter, and I'm just going to slowly melt it. Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing this on a hob, you can do it in the microwave. At this stage, I'm going to put in the garlic, and I just want to cook that out for about a minute on a low heat. After a minute, I'm going to put in the leeks. Now, what I want to do is cook these leeks on a gentle heat until they are soft and translucent. And I know you're going to ask me, how do I know when they're soft and translucent when I can't see them? It's texture. As I tap my ladle on the leeks, there's a bit of a crunchy sound and I can feel the hardness of it. These leeks have been cooking for 5 minutes and they feel soft, no crunch to them, and the texture with the ladle is soft. Now you don't want to caramelise them, you just want to soften them up. I'm going to now set aside the leeks to allow them to cool down. I've taken out the pie dishes with the short crust pastry on from the fridge, and I've got all my ingredients here: the leeks, the aromat, the sliced mushrooms, the sliced peppers and my potatoes. And I'm now going to build this pie up. So I'm going to put a layer of the potatoes at the bottom of the pie dish, and just a small layer, making sure that it's as covered as it possibly can be. Into that I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of the aromat. Then I'm going to layer it with the other ingredients, a bit of the peppers, some of the mushrooms, some of the leeks, and then keep building it up until the pie dish is full. Having filled my pies, I've now got my pastry board out, my rolling pin, flour for dusting and the puff pastry. And I am going to make the top for these pies. Lightly flouring the pastry, I'm going to cut and roll them to size. Placing the puff pastry on top of the pie, I'm going to just gently crimp down the sides you can use either your fingers, or I like to use a fork, just running it round the rim, and then I'll trim the sides. As pastry shrinks with warmth, once I've covered all these pies, I'm going to put them into the fridge for a further half an hour, and at the same time I'm going to put the oven on at 180 degrees to preheat it, ready for the pies to be cooked. With a little bit of the milk and a pastry brush, I'm just going to glaze the top of the pie before putting it into the oven for approximately 20 to 25 minutes, or until it's golden brown and crisp. Here's my beautiful pie. It smells absolutely amazing, and I'm serving it with vegetables, potatoes and lots of gravy. Comfort on a plate.